What's up, y'all? I want to introduce y'all to my new friend, variant Omicron. Okay, so we're gonna get into some headlines, all right, about this new variant that is the new news out here today. Fauci says U.S. in active communication with South African scientists about COVID variant. All right, the U.S. will speak Friday about, excuse me, with South African scientists to get the facts on the emergent heavily mutated COVID-19 variant detected there. White House Chief Medical Advisor Dr. Anthony Fauci said, reviewing South Africa's research will help the U.S. better understand whether the variant can evade the antibody protection provided by vaccines and previous infection, Fauci said. Fauci added that analyzing the data could help determine whether U.S. travel restrictions against countries in Southern Africa might be necessary. The new strain has now been detected in growing numbers of countries, including Belgium, Botswana, and Israel. Like we said, Israel says that they're now in a state of emergency. Israel, I just want to remind you guys, is at least like 98% vaccinated, probably more than that. It might be at 100%, but I'll say 98% just to be on the safe side. Okay. So the U.S. to restrict travel from South Africa and 7 other countries as new COVID variant emerges. The United States will restrict travel for non-U.S. citizens from South Africa and 7 other countries starting Monday as new COVID variant emerges. President Joe Biden was briefed Friday by White House Chief Medical Advisor Dr. Anthony Fauci. The briefing came as other nations announced travel restrictions on Southern Africa. In addition to Southern Africa, okay, this is what I wanted. The other affected countries are Botswana, Zimbabwe, Namibia, Lesotho, Eswatini, Mozambique, and Malawi, all countries in Africa. So why don't we keep the same energy like we did last year with the last administration, right? This is racist and xenophobic, right? Because when the last administration had said we don't want any non-US citizens from China coming in because of the Wuhan China virus, Wuhan coronavirus that started in Wuhan, China, everybody said that it was racist and xenophobic. Nobody's saying that now. My thing is this, it's like you don't have to say any of it, whatever. It is just the lack of the same energy being kept that is astounding to me this year. It is insane. People were deranged last year, and this year everything is fine. You know, as long as Joe Biden does it, it's fine, right? Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying to not have travel restrictions. I'm saying the hypocrisy of it is insanity to me. So I'm going to show you this and one last thing, and then we're going to wrap everything up. All right. I just want to show you what Pfizer has to say. Omicron COVID-19 variant. Pfizer BioNTech says vaccine could be reworked in 100 days to counter the strain. So just a little reading. There was a part. Okay, in an email statement to Fox Business, Pfizer said the vaccine makers are remaining vigilant and constantly conducting service efforts focused on monitoring for emergent variants that can potentially escape protection from our vaccine. Escape. Hold on to that word. And I'm sorry, I'm going to take this. This is a distraction. I'm going to take it off. As always, we continue to follow the science as we examine the best approaches to protecting people against COVID-19. Pfizer wrote, in the event that the vaccine escape variant emerges, Pfizer and BioNTech expect to be able to develop and produce a tailor-made vaccine against that variant in approximately 100 days, subject to regulatory approval. Now, the reason why I want y'all to think about that word escape, I want y'all to just see this letter that this doctor, I'm definitely not going to read the full letter. This is Dr. Geert Vanden Bosch, DMV, PhD, independent virologist and a vaccine expert, formerly employed at Gavi and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Okay. To all the authorities, scientists, and experts around the world to whom this may concern the entire world population, I am all but an anti-vaxxer. I'm going to read the first paragraph and then I'll break it down. I am all but an anti-vaxxer. As a scientist, I do not usually appeal to any platform of this kind to make a stand on vaccine-related topics. As a dedicated virologist and vaccine expert, I only make an exception when health authorities allow vaccines to be administered in ways that threaten public health. Most certainly when scientific evidence is being ignored. The present extremely critical situation forces me to spread this emergency call. As the unprecedented extent of human intervention in the COVID-19 pandemic is now at risk of resulting a global catastrophe without equal. This call cannot sound loudly and strongly enough. 2 more sentences. While racing against the clock, I am completing my scientific manuscript, the publication of which is unfortunately likely to come too late given the ever-increasing threat from rapidly spreading, highly infectious variants. Why mass vaccination amidst a pandemic creates an irrepressible monster? The key question is, why does nobody seem to bother about viral immune escape? And I told you about the word escape. All right, so we're going to wrap everything up. All right. So this new variant, they're saying they found it in South Africa. It is the Omicron variant. Okay. They're trying to find out if it's lethal or more transmissible. I sometimes wonder how they even find these new variants. Not that I doubt that it exists. Believe it or not, I don't doubt that it exists. But I just wonder how they find them because, like, did the person get like really sick? Like, I don't know. But they said somebody came back. A man came back from Malawi, and he was he lives in Israel. He came back home from Malawi. I guess he must have got real sick, and then now they realize that he has this new strain of COVID-19. Israel is very much vaccinated. Okay, they don't play over there. Now, so they're gonna, Fauci says he's gonna talk to the other scientists. Okay, and of course, Pfizer's like, yo, man, we're going to see what's up. We're going to check the data or whatever. But if we need to make a new, make some conditions or put another vaccine out, we'll have one out in 100 days. And 100 days means 50 days. And it's just funny to hear them say that because it's like, dang, we're just going to make a new vaccine for this one. Like, oh, vaccines are just candy. I have a new recipe for this cake. I want you to try it. That's just what it is, right? And of course, they're gonna push boosters. So what I think for real, that this is the setup for like after the fall, we're talking about it a little bit. We're still checking, we're still talking to the scientists. Because they can't just keep saying like we found a new variant, go take boosters. They gotta make it, the theater has to be real, okay? So I think that they're just gonna let us like be chill for the holidays a little bit, and then they're gonna make like a huge, I don't know. After the holidays, I think that a lot of things will change, and but it will still push the boosters. And let me be clear. So when I was saying escape, right? Remember I kept saying like Pfizer was like, oh, we making sure our vaccine with these escape variants from our escape variants with the vaccine. If anybody ever gets a chance to watch my video that I made, the audio on that video was so annoying because like I kind of messed up in the middle, but you can still hear it. Do you know the science that you trust? Okay. When they say escape, we talk about it in that video where I give you a full detailed understanding of what escape means. Okay. And how it can come from a vaccine. And this is what Geert van der Bosch was talking about in that letter that, by the way, was written in March. In the letter, he says, we're giving out these vaccines in a very irresponsible way. And he's like, we're still in a pandemic where this thing is still spreading around. And then we're giving a vaccine. You will make the virus become hostile. If that makes any sense, right? Like hostile, what? But no, yes, you will, because as I state in my video, a virus understands when it's under attack and it will mutate itself in order to sustain, okay? That's where we get new strains of viruses a lot of times, right? They gave you a jab for, first of all, the alpha variant, the first one. And they said, we're gonna give you the spike protein, okay? And so to replicate that in your body, and then you'll make antibodies towards it, okay? You have your jab is made for spike protein from COVID alpha. Okay. So we'll call all these, this is like spike protein A, just a spike protein. One spike protein from COVID alpha. All right. And now, so now you have like the antibodies that are, no, the antibodies, okay, that's going to come and they're looking for spike protein for COVID alpha. And then now you already got the Delta variant that already now is like all over the place, right? The Delta is going to, it could pass through those antibodies because your antibodies are only made for spike protein for COVID alpha, okay? But you got a bunch of spike proteins on the virus Delta that came in as a bunch of D's, not a spike protein. So it's like it's looking for A. Delta could take over your body with no joke. Even if, but I'm going to show you if you did run into COVID alpha, spike protein for COVID alpha. But remember, you made one spike protein replica. So maybe your antibodies eat the A, but then they leave C, D, F, G all up there. And so this is how it's very easy for that virus to go ahead, mutate. And then now you have Delta, Lambda, Omicron. They didn't say Z, they skipped Z. And so they, I mean, all those different, that is as brief as I can get in a video. It kind of doesn't make sense. So I'll leave a link to my other video in the description too, because I do like this whole like football analogy, which shout out to the High Wire, because that's really where I got it from, to explain it to people to make it make more sense. Because it might sound like a bunch of confusion, me using my fingers and my hands and stuff like that. And so then when they try to say like, well, this is because of the unvaccinated, who got it from a vaccinated person? By the way, we all can catch this virus and spread it, okay? Mind you, when they say it's from the unvaccinated, well, but then where are they? We don't just manufacture new viruses in our bodies for no reason. Like, you're not vaccinated, but I'm just gonna sit here and I'm just manufacturing some random virus without catching it from somebody, okay? In the end, like, and then we got these travel restrictions. They're getting ready to set up stuff for, next year, whatever. I'm watching it, I'm seeing it. The best I can say, we need to boost our immune systems. We do. They're going to say, you need to take the booster so you can boost yourself with. Every time you take that booster, you suppress your immune system. You suppress your immune system. So we need to upkeep our immune system. I don't doubt that this Omicron is here. I don't doubt that people can catch it quick. And it may be more lethal, because the more and more that virus is now mutating under threat, the more and more you're making it way hostile than if it would have just simply passed through back last summer. And all this, right? We're still catching COVID, right? But when people were saying to catch natural herd immunity, everybody was like, what kind of quack crap is that? But then people were talking about herd immunity with the vaccine that we never can get. But we got mutations though, right? So boost your immune system and talk to your doctors about vitamin D, vitamin C. Talk to them about this stuff. People don't talk about boosting the immune system enough. So try to look out for my video for that. That'll be coming out. And then I also will be making a video about Anthony Fauci, who this is not his first go round with this type of behavior before. The man has patented virus scripts vaccine, or virus scripts antiviral, make money, money, money. Okay? This blueprint, this is his thing. That video, I'm doing my research, reading books, everything, because I want to come to y'all correct with that one. And that video is not only going to be 10 minutes. I'm sorry, guys. It's going to have to be about a good 20 minutes, okay? Maybe even 25, because that's just too much to put in. And I'm going to try to just jumble it into 10 minutes. So, guys, that's the headlines. That's it for today. I'm not going to keep, it's a holiday weekend, and I don't want to get all crazy. You guys enjoy your holiday. Wash your hands, okay? And you guys have a good one. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys real soon. Bye.